Hello students, we will be now today studying the second unit of the chapter amines, where we will study different methods of preparation of amines. Let us begin with the first method of synthesis of amines. This is known by the name Hofmann's ammonolysis method. As the name suggests, it was discovered by Hofmann, and in this method we are going to break the ammonia molecule to produce amine. That's why the name is ammonolysis, breaking of ammonia. The method goes this way, that when we take an alkyl halide and we heat it with excess of alcoholic ammonia, primary amine is produced. By alcoholic ammonia, we mean that we are going to have ammonia gas dissolved in alcohol. This reaction is a nucleophilic substitution reaction in which the nucleophile is NH2. In the beginning, the nucleophile is ammonia molecule and carbon halogen bond is broken by this nucleophile. That's why the reaction is called ammonolysis. This reaction is carried out in a sealed tube at 100 degrees Celsius, that is 373 Kelvin. Let us see a general reaction of this. Alkyl halide is represented by Rx, treated with excess of ammonia, and we produce RNH2. You can see the byproduct from here is HX. Let us see an example of it. Say C2H5I, iodoethane, is heated with excess of alcoholic ammonia and we generate ethane amine as the product. We should know about the order of reactivity here, where iodide is more reactive than bromide, which is in turn more reactive than chloride. Among a given halogen, alkyl halide, the order of reactivity is primary alkyl halide is more reactive than secondary than tertiary. The reason for this is quite simple, because this undergoes SN2 reaction mechanism. That is why primary alkyl halides are preferred for the reaction. Let us see some more details of it. If ammonia is not used in excess, then the primary amine which is produced can further react with alkyl halide and secondary, tertiary amines and quaternary ammonium salts are produced. Let us see how that reaction occurs. This is a reaction where single 1 mole of ammonia is reacting, and you can see C2H5NH2 is the product. If the reaction is not done in presence of excess, then more alkyl halide reacts with ethylamine to produce diethylamine, which in turn further reacts with more alkyl halide to form triethylamine, which in turn further gives you tetraalkyl ammonium salt. Now you can observe in this reaction, if you just look at the C2H5Br group, then bromine is getting replaced with NH2. So first it reacts with ammonia, then with primary amine, then secondary. In turn, NH3s, all the 3 hydrogen are replaced in 3 steps. Now nitrogen has one lone pair on it, so it forms a coordinate bond with C2H5 group, and that is how the 4th product is obtained. This reaction, as we said earlier, follows SN2 mechanism. The nucleophile here in the first step is NH3 with its lone pair, and if suppose tertiary alkyl halide is used, instead of showing substitution reaction, it shows an elimination reaction. So as shown in the equation, you can see NH3 molecule now absorbs the bromine and hydrogen to produce isobutylene or 2-methylpropene molecule. That is why Hofmann ammonolysis has basically 2 limitations. Number 1, we must use excess of ammonia. Number 2, tertiary alkyl halide should not be used for this reaction. Let us now take some better methods than Hoffman ammonolysis method. One of the most popular method is called Mendius reaction. Now in this Mendius reaction, we are using alkyl cyanides. Now here the method can be imagined this way. When you take an alkyl or aryl cyanide, they on reduction produce primary amine. Cyanides are also known by the name nitriles. And the reducing agents used are most popularly lithium aluminium hydride, or catalytic hydrogenation indicates hydrogen with nickel, or sodium metal and ethanol. You can use any reagent. The reaction looks like this. RC triple bond N, which is a cyanide molecule, absorbs 4 hydrogen atoms in presence of a reducing agent, and it produces CH2NH2. If I show you an example, you can see CH3C triple bond N with 4 hydrogen atom produces CH3CH2NH2. Have you observed the change in the functional group? What is the change occurring? CN group is becoming CH2NH2. So whenever you find a cyanide functional group with a reducing agent, understand we have to convert it into CH2NH2 only. Let us continue with the third method of synthesis, which is from reduction of amides. Now in this process, the acid amides on reduction form corresponding amines. So let us see, once again the reducing agent is lithium aluminium hydride. Amides are the group with a structure RCONH2. Now upon reducing agent usage, CO group becomes CH2 group. So see an example here. CH3CONH2 upon reduction forms CH3CH2NH2. Observe the change in functional group. CO becomes CH2 only. Let us see a third method of synthesis, reduction of nitroalkanes. Nitroalkanes upon reduction produce again primary amine. Once again, the reducing agents used can be hydrogen gas in presence of nickel or palladium or platinum catalyst. More popular reagent is tin with HCl. Look at the general reaction. RNO2 with reducing agent and hydrogen atoms produce RNH2. So if you take an example of this, it's CH3NO2 with 6 hydrogen atoms producing CH3NH2. Once again, observe the change in functional group. NO2 is becoming NH2. Also remember, if we are using tin and HCl, then 6 moles of hydrogen atoms are used. If you have observed, the popular reducing agent lithium aluminium hydride is not used, because if it happens, then partial reduction takes place and primary amines are not obtained. Let us come to the next now, reduction of oximes. Oximes, first of all, let us understand what are these compounds, because we have never seen this before in any other topic. Oximes are the compounds obtained by action of hydroxylamine on aldehyde or a ketone. Oximes obtained from aldehyde are called aldoxime, and from a ketone they are called ketoxime. Let us see one sample reaction. Here I am taking the molecule first one, which is a ketone, treating it with hydroxylamine, that is NH2OH. Can you observe? NH2's hydrogen with oxygen comes out as byproduct, and what we generate is a molecule called oxime. From this molecule we have to produce now primary amine molecules. So let us see their reaction. When an oxime is reduced by a reducing agent, corresponding primary amine is obtained. Reducing agents are usually sodium metal, ethanol, or catalytic hydrogenation process. Let us see example here. This is an aldoxyme I am taking, which on reducing agent usage becomes primary amine. You can see here CH3CH double bond NOH upon reduction gives corresponding primary amine. You can see the change. NOH is becoming NH2. The last OH group goes out as water molecule. Let us come to a very important reaction called Hofmann's bromamide reaction. This reaction, conversion of amide into primary amines take place. But remember, this happens with one lesser carbon atom. The reaction takes place in presence of bromine and alkali like NaOH. This is known as Hofmann bromamide reaction or Hofmann degradation of amines. Here we take amide molecule RCONH2, reacts with 1 mole of bromine and 4 moles of NaOH, producing RNH2 with lot of byproducts like twice NaBr, sodium carbonate Na2CO3 and 2 water molecules. Imagine an example. CH3CONH2 with bromine and 4 NaOH form CH3NH2 and other byproducts. If you remember, 5 minutes back we did a synthesis of primary amine also with amide. But observe a difference here, that RCONH2 on plain reducing agent produces RCH2NH2. So we can see in bromamide method the number of carbon atom reduces, but in the reduction method number of carbon atoms remains same. Let us begin with the next method called Gabriel phthalimide synthesis. The thing is, what is first of all this phthalimide? Let us understand that first. Phthalic acid, when dehydrated, it produces phthalic anhydride. You can see in the equation, phthalic acid is benzene ring with 2 COOH groups on ortho positions. As marked by the red lines, you can see that OH and H go away as water and phthalic anhydride is obtained. This phthalic anhydride is treated with NH4OH, then it produces phthalimide. Now for exam purpose, you must remember the phthalimide structure for our synthesis. We come to step number 2 now, where the actual phthalimide synthesis takes place. First step, phthalimide is treated with KOH to form the potassium salt of phthalimide. Watch carefully. Phthalimide structure has CO twice with an NH. When treated with KOH, it forms N minus and K plus. This potassium salt of phthalimide, when treated with an alkyl halide, exchange of potassium and R group takes place. This produces N-alkyl phthalimide. This N-alkyl phthalimide, when hydrolyzed with aqueous NaOH, it produces amine. So you can see that R and N has become RNH2 primary amine. Now, just for the sake of understanding, let us see the whole course of reaction together. Phthalimide first treated with KOH. H is replaced with K, it becomes N minus and K plus. This is treated first with RX to produce N-alkyl phthalimide. N-alkyl phthalimide is treated with NaOH to produce primary amine. Aromatic primary amines cannot be prepared by this method because the reaction involves SN2 mechanism and aryl halides do not show any SN2 mechanism at all. This completes all our methods of synthesis of primary amine. We will study about properties of amines in the next video.